Welcome to the Author to Authority podcast. And today I am going to be here by myself, no guest, just me. And I wanted to do a teaching with you on how to use podcasting to build your business. Now, if you're watching this on or listening to this on the podcast, we also have it on video on YouTube on the Author to Authority channel. And I'm going to be working through some PowerPoint slides that I have created for this show. I created for this presentation that I've used in several different places. So if you want to see the PowerPoint and take notes, then go to YouTube and look up my channel, Author to Authority. So first of all, quick introduction. You may not know much about me yet. Maybe you're new to listening to the podcast. So let me give you a few quick details. I'm the wife of almost 30 years. I'm a mother of 2 adult children. I am the nana to the sweetest grandbaby ever. I'm a lover of God. I'm the extraordinary word ninja. I'm an author and ghostwriter of over 100 books. I'm the Chief Visionary Officer of RTI Publishing. I'm an international best-selling author, award-winning speaker, host of the Author to Authority podcast, and I create authority in their niches. And that kind of sums up me, with the exception of probably I'm an avid reader, knitter, and crocheter on top of that. And that sums me up in less than a minute. So I really want to get into the topic of today, and that is podcasting to build your business. But let's take a step back and build a foundation, and let's look at the 6 key areas that you need to build authority in. And when you have the 2 key foundational tools, which are your signature book and a podcast, they will help you build faster in all these 6 key areas so that you are seen as an authority quicker. And they are communication, social media, marketing, your network, in-person, and media. And if you've been listening to this podcast for any length of time, you know that Juanita and I, my lovely co-host Juanita, we've been working through these 6 areas and doing podcasts on it at least twice a month on these 6 areas, going into greater detail. So if this is something that you want to learn more about and how you use these 6 areas and how you work in these 6 areas, go back in the podcast, because there's lots of episodes there that Juanita and I've done to teach you more on that subject. So first of all, let's take a look at what a podcast is. Obviously, you're listening to this on a podcast or you're watching this on YouTube right now. But let's get an understanding of what it is so we can use it for our business. So it's long-form audio content that's available 24/7. It's a way of connecting with like-minded people. It's a way of having conversations that open up opportunities. And it creates long-term consumption that develops relationships. It's not a Facebook Live or YouTube show, and it does not involve video. It's an audio file that is hosted in a specific place that generates an RSS, or really simple syndication feed, that other people can access. And it's syndicated out to the podcast syndicated platforms where it can be listened to. And the most common ones are Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Cashbox, TuneIn, and Spotify. And people are used to using apps, and when they find a podcast they like, they subscribe to it, and it automatically comes through their phone or their tablet. Now, why do podcasts work? People have been used to listening to talk radio, but podcasts are better because it's on demand and it's also free. It also allows for multitasking, such as driving, at the gym, or at work. And once someone subscribes, it comes right to them right when it's posted. And when someone listens to a podcast regularly, they feel like they know the host. And listeners can find any topic that resonates with them. So now that we've covered those basics, let's take a look at the 2 ways to use a podcast to build your business. First of all, the guests that you have on your podcast. To your guest, you are seen as the expert. And when you allow them to shine on your show, they respect you even more. And you want to pick guests that either build your authority or you build theirs. And if your guests are part of your target market, then it opens up doors for conversations after their episode has been recorded. When you have guests on the show, it creates goodwill, and they either become clients, customers, referral partners, or just a part of your network and your tribe. And I can tell you for a fact that I have generated over $10,000 in sales, either directly from my clients or referrals from them, from guests that have been on the show. Now, the second way is your audience. Over time, you can build a huge audience of loyal listeners, and they become a part of your tribe. And as you build trust, you can add them to email lists and sell them your introductory offers. And they become the invisible brand ambassadors for you. Now, here's some proof. My first episode was November 13, 2019. In 4.5 months, I was able to get my first 1,000 downloads, and it was such an exciting time, and it still is as the podcast continues to grow. Now, how did I do that? First of all, I was consistently doing 3 episodes a week. I kept episodes to 30 minutes. Studies have shown that 10 to 30-minute episodes are the best length. Every guest is vetted before coming on my show to ensure that the highest quality of people come on. They're coached on the segments of the show and what's expected, plus I send them a podcast preparation guide. Each episode has something the listener can take away and apply to their lives and business. I supply my guests with their own post on my website, social media graphics, and an audiogram, and ask them to share it out. My episodes get shared out on social media, especially Facebook and LinkedIn, where the majority of my target market is. My show is targeted. It has the same format. I tag new friends and connections on social media and ask them to check it out and share their thoughts. And finally, consistency, 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 and consistency. So what I want to encourage you with is this. When you use podcasting as a tool to build your business, yes, it takes time and effort, and it might take some financial commitment too, depending on how much you can do yourself and how much you have to pay others to do. This is not a short-term get rich quick. This is part of your marketing and your branding. This is part of taking you to the next level and letting people see you as the authority in your niche. And if you would like more information on podcasting and how to do it, just send me an email, kim@authortoauthority.com. And I would love to book a time to talk to you about podcasting and what it's done for my business, and if it can be of help to yours. But this is something that you have to be willing to commit to. This is not something where you can just kind of do it willy-nilly and get results. If you're going to do that, don't do it at all, because it's just a waste of time. But if you're really looking for ways to build your business, then this is a fantastic way. The guests that I have had on my show have become a part of my tribe, and it has been an amazing experience. And I can't tell you all the good things that have come because of this podcast. But if that's something that you've been thinking about and you just want someone to talk to about it, I am here for you. And here's the thing, I'm not going to try and sell you anything. I don't have a course to sell you. I don't have services to sell you. But I do have a friend who helped me with my podcast. And if you're very serious about doing your podcast and you want to talk to an expert about it, then there is someone I can refer you to. But again, it's not about selling you anything. It's just about being a help and support. So if that's something that you want to talk to me about, then again, email me at kim@authortoauthority.com. Well, this is Kim Thompson-Pinder, and I'm so thankful and grateful to you, my Author to Authority tribe and audience. Thanks so much for listening, and we will see you on the very next episode. Bye now.